Hello everyone, in this video we'll deeply explore the Flutter Text widget and its properties. So let's start with a custom widget called Text Page as the home of the material app. In the Text Page widget, add the text widget as the body. The text widget has many named properties, but the first one is a positional property that takes a string that will be shown on the screen. Add a string of your choice. As you can see, the string is shown in the top left corner of the screen. Let's bring it to the center by wrapping the text widget with the center widget, so you can see it more easily. Okay, now let's see other properties. The style property takes the textStyle class and is used to decorate the text. Textstyle has a bunch of properties, which will be explained in its separate video, so keep an eye on the channel for that. For now, let's see a few of them. Font size takes a double and is used to control the size of the text. Font weight takes a font weight enum and is used to control the thickness of the text. Font style is used to make the text either italic or normal. TextAlign is used to align the text in different ways. All these enums can be used. For example, textAlign.end will move the text to the right in left to right languages. Let's add some Arabic to the string. As you can see, adding the textAlign.end didn't move the text to the right, and that's because for now the text is wrapped in a center widget. So the text widget only takes the amount of space the actual string takes. In order for the alignment to work, give the text widget a horizontal space. So wrap the text with a container that has infinite width. This way, the text widget takes up all the horizontal space of the screen, and now the text is moved to the right. TextDirection is used to control the direction of the text, whether it's left to right or right to left. By default, it is left to right. Assigning the right to left text direction will have two effects. First, it will change the direction of the textAlign.end and textAlign.start. What I mean by this is the text that is now on the right side of the screen and has a textAlign value of end will move to the left side of the screen. The second effect is the Arabic phrase, which now is to the right side of the English phrase, will move to the left side of the English phrase. Let's bring the default values back. Add a longer string to see how the upcoming properties work. Overflow is used to control how the text should look when it exceeds the horizontal space available. One of the following enums can be used. By default, it is visible, so the text will be broken into more lines. Text overflow.ellipsis will add 3 dots at the end of the first line. The overflow values of clip and fade will not have an effect, and that's because there is another Boolean property called softWrap, which by default is set to true. It allows the text to break into more lines, but setting it to false will keep the text in one line. And now the text overflow.fade and text overflow.clip will have an effect. The text overflow.fade will add a little fading effect at the end of the line, and the text overflow.clip will just clip the text at the end of the line. Let's set overflow and softWrap to its default. maxLines will limit the number of lines the text will take, and when the lines limit is reached, the text will be truncated according to the overflow value. textScaleFactor is used to scale the current text font size. There is an option in the device settings that controls the overall system font size, which will also affect the text sizes of a Flutter app. For example, if we increase the font size of the system, it will also scale the text in our app. But if we specify the textScaleFactor, let's say we scale the font size to 2, it will make the text look 2 times bigger than the actual font size. But then the system font size setting will not affect the font size of this text widget. So as a result, we can say that the font size is overridden by device system font size configurations, but textScaleFactor overrides device system font size configurations. Let's change the textScaleFactor to 1, so everything looks normal. SelectionColor specifies the overlay color when the text is selected. By default, the text of the text widget cannot be selected, but by wrapping the text widget with the selection area widget, it can be selected. So you can see the selection color is amber with 50% opacity. Let's add some color and a max width to the container of the text so you can see how the next property, textWidthBasis, works. textWidthBasis controls the width of the text. Its default value is parent, which means a multi-line text will take as much width as given by the parent, and a single-line text will just take as much width as it needs. But the longest line value will make the multi-line text take as much width as needed by the longest line, not more. This can be useful for making a chat bubble, so additional unnecessary space is truncated. strutStyle is basically used for spacing between lines of a paragraph. For example, by specifying a larger font size, the line will have a spacing of that specific font size without changing the actual font size. And finally, the semanticsLabel property is used to define a meaning for the text widget. This property is used by screen readers, search engines, and other semantic analysis software to determine the meaning of the text widget. And I think that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and until our next Flutter tutorial, keep learning and stay inspired.